Hi, in this TapHere PinPoint tutorial video, I will be showing how to set up a new project. So from the Start menu, we go to this Project Setup card and just click the New Project button to get started. Here I can specify the project name. I will call this Tutorial Project, and then I need to specify the project location. Now this is going to be the folder in which this project resides. I like to put all mine in this PinPoints projects folder that I had created. So now I click Create Project and I will open up this project folder that was created, and I can see that these 4 directories were created in that folder. What I like to do at this point is place the floor plans that I will be using into that images folder that was created, and this just makes it so that they're conveniently located and easy to find later on. So now I can specify the tutorial project site name. I'll just call that example site and give it a quick fake address just for completion. Now I can fill out this information now, but I can also fill it out later when I'm generating the reports as well. So I'm going to leave it as is. Now I will specify the radio frequencies. I can either select a few from the list, I'll just select the first 2, or if there's a site that's not on this list, I can add it here just by specifying the name and the frequency in megahertz. So I will just add that local radio station here and click Add. And so all 3 of those now are selected. If I want to manually control the sample rate and bandwidth of the radio, I have to uncheck using Filter from File. And that'll allow me to specify those. However, I like using the specific P25 channel filter that comes with the program instead. Now I'm moving on to specifying the measurement settings. I'll just change this to -90. Let's say I want to take 15 measurements per grid square, and I want those spaced only 50 milliseconds apart, and I want to take a little bit longer of a RF capture. I can make those changes here. I can then, if these are settings that I find myself using often, I can save that as a template to load up later, or if I already have a template made, I can load that up and just populate all these with those specific settings right away. Now this might be useful if a jurisdiction has certain requirements that need to be used. So moving on, I will now set up the floor plan. I'm going to say that in this particular example there are 2 floors. So I'm going to set that, and now I'm going to start specifying my image. Although I have these 2 here, I'm going to just use the 2 that I moved over. So let's say the first one floor will be that image, and the second one will be this. So I'll go back, and now I can move these images that I added around. I can scale them if necessary, or I can specify a different number of grid rows and squares. Now if I have a certain requirement for the length of particular squares, I can, instead of specifying a number of rows and columns, I can actually make squares of a specific length by measuring my floor plan. So here I have a scale that's 0 to 16 feet. So the scale on my floor plan is 16 feet, and let's say I want squares that are 20 feet long. I can then say, okay, 20 here, and then I just click Measure Floor Plan Scale, and this allows me to click and drag on the floor plan to measure that, and now I've got squares that are 20 feet long. I could be more accurate maybe if I zoomed in, but I think I was pretty good there. So let's say now I want to specify which squares I want to measure. So all I have to do is click on these empty grids and they become squares that I'm going to measure. Clicking again will turn them into critical areas, and I can add indicators that maybe specify where in the square I want to measure if that's necessary. I will make no changes to this one. I'll just quickly grid it up, kind of a rough outline. And now let's say I'm done setting up my floor plan. I can just apply and connect and start measuring, and that's the floor plan that I had just set up. So it's as easy as that.